Best thing about these videos is that nobody knows if I'm in my underwear or not, if I'm even wearing underwear. So you guys want to know why you won't grow? Well, I will tell you why. Every gym bro at some point has lifted weights because they want to look better. You know, they want to feel better about themselves, whatever that may be. But you typically, the goal when going into lifting weights, into bodybuilding or whatever it may be, is to feel better about yourself, is to look better and feel better about yourself. So the way our society is now is we want the instantaneous results. We want it as fast as possible, give it to me now. And so typically what we do is we take these like super crash diets, we lose all the fat in the world, but we don't really retain that much muscle mass. But hey, yo, we have abs. Abs, that means you're beach ready. Beach ready, that means you're done. You've finished, congratulations, story's over. You're now the new Mr. Olympia. To me, the real challenge is the actual progression from that. The need to eat in a caloric surplus. You know, whether you like it or not, no matter how lean your bulk is, you're gonna put on fat. Those abs might not show forever. You can bulk and take super small increments and stay underneath like 10%, 11% body fat, but the progress you're making in that amount of time is so slow, and then you just have to cut back again, and it's really hard to cut back, you know, once we pass that, you know, once we're getting to those single digit percentage body fats, single digit body fat. That's when we're getting, okay, it's go time, you know, we need to be doing cardio. We have to be eating pretty restrictive calorically. So this is really, to me, where the problem stems, is no one's willing to go into that surplus for a long period of time and get up to, you know, 12, 15% body fat. Once you pass that 15, it's kind of like, okay, well, you're still healthy, but like you're getting that much heavier isn't doing that much more for you anymore. So as soon as someone actually can get into this bulk, this size adding programming as far as eating in a caloric surplus, it's hard to get them to stay there. And I'm also guilty of that. As soon as those abs fade, or you know, suddenly I don't have these striations, or my biggest thing is the love handles. As soon as I have any kind of love handles at all, I'm like, crap, I need to cut, I need to be in a deficit, I don't look like I lift weights. But in reality, a ton of men and women carry weight in that midsection. You have to stay in a caloric surplus for, you know, an extended period of time, so that way we can really progressive overload. We can really continue to push the limits to grow some damn muscle, because as we know, you know, muscle doesn't grow that well in a deficit, if at all. And we want to be able to continue to push, continue to put on more muscle mass so that we can cut that fat back later. You know, whether you decide to step on stage at a show or you want to be beach lean, whatever it may be, it's not realistic to maintain that 8%, 7% body fat all year. If you're at that 7% body fat all year, congrats, you're probably like lightheaded all the time. But it tends to be the stigma to always want to be overly lean, especially, you know, with seeing Instagram and Twitter and all these fitness models in the social media realm that, you know, maintain this level of leanness, whether naturally or not, or they stock up on all their photos and then they post them, you know, extended times throughout the year, whatever it may be. That's irrelevant. My biggest point is you have to be willing to eat in that caloric surplus if you want to see progression, not only on the bar, but in your actual physique. It is really, really hard to continue to put on muscle mass in a caloric deficit. It's, you know, you reach a point of genetic limitation where it's physically impossible to continue to put on size while you're in a deficit. Being in a deficit, you're trying to just maintain as much size as you can while reducing that fat. So like I said, as myself, I'm guilty. And so what I've found would happen a lot in the past is I'll start to notice a pretty good amount of size, you know, coming on, you know, without being lean mass, obviously the fat mass. The way my body carries fat typically is my love handles, man, and my lower abs rarely ever show. And so that's why I pretty much immediately want to cut. I'm like, man, I want to look like I lift weights. I want to look shredded. I want to be beach lean, even though it's January 31st. The biggest takeaway here, guys, is you have to be willing to progress. You have to be willing to eat a little bit more, to lose some of those abs so you can gain some in the future. It's like you have to be willing to take a step back to take 2 steps forwards in relation to aesthetics. I mean, honestly, I think if most people give the lean bulk a try and we, you know, would get up to that, you know, 12, 13, maybe 14, 15% body fat, you would actually probably enjoy it. You'd feel really strong. You start to feel really good. I mean, when you're in a caloric surplus, man, you sleep like a tank. And it's just overall a good feeling. Your body's working the way it's supposed to when you're at maintenance or you're at a surplus and you're, you know, you're heavy resistance training and you're doing some sort of cardiovascular training. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you're willing now to lose your abs for 5 seconds so you can put on some actual size. But anyways, I'm Alex Chris Martin. I'm gonna see you in the gym. Check out my social media, which is all down below in the description and everything. It's KT tape, not a gnarly tattoo. Say goodbye to Axel. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.